Well, San Antonio football family, we're excited to bring you this segment. It is World Cup time, and San Antonio is not an exception to the rule. As a matter of fact, your local American Outlaw chapters will be hosting a watch party here at Smoke Skybar in downtown San Antonio. As you can see the needle right back here. And on the other side over here, you can probably see the Alamo Dome, what's up there. But we are downtown here at Smoke Skybar, where the Crocketteers and American Outlaws are going to be joining forces to bring an amazing watch party experience for our United States of America. It's going to be a very hopping place. I'm already hearing it's going to be a very packed house, so get here. We're expecting a lot of folks to be coming up here at Smoke Skybar in downtown San Antonio. We're going to be sitting down with the American Outlaw president. He's going to tell us a little bit more about the chapter, how to join, how to be a member, and most importantly, how to get here to have some fun and support the United States of America. And as promised, folks, we have the American Outlaws here. Absolutely. I'm excited to introduce you the American Outlaw president, Robert Cassiano. He has been one of the faithful members of American Outlaws going way back when. As a matter of fact, I am wearing a scarf that was given to me when I was actually enlisted back in 2015. I wore this scarf out there in Connecticut when Landon Donovan played his last game. So I proudly have been supporting and seeing the American Outlaws in San Antonio. And I'll be honest with you, one of my earliest memories of the American Outlaws and the Crocketteers was when the United States of America came and played Mexico at the Alamo Dome. That was an amazing time. But Robert, welcome to Soy San Antonio Football. Congratulations on becoming the president of American Outlaws. Let's talk a little bit history of AO San Antonio, as they're known.
Yeah, so I believe this is, we were founded in either 2009 or 2010. So I am only the second president so far. Our prior president was the initial one. Oh no, actually there was three. So there was three. So James Hope from the Crocketteers started it. Eventually then Rene Medellin became the next president, and I took over after that. So.
And Rene had it for quite some time. He was a president for about 3-4 years?
Actually it was longer than that, right?
Because I remember my earliest memory was talking to Rene, who did an outstanding job growing the game throughout the World Cup, appearances, even trying his best to put a foothold in San Antonio, and then the reins were handed over to you. So now you have a daunting task of bringing American Outlaws to the limelight of the national spotlight. Yeah,
so it just, definitely wanted to bring more awareness to the local chapter here, wanting to bring not just for our awareness for our group, but also just being more intertwined with the soccer community here in San Antonio. Obviously making sure that we're getting in conversations with guys like you and other groups, so just being more of a presence locally as well.
Now, American Outlaws is more than just a local chapter. It branches all over, and if you guys saw in my scarf back here, I got 5 different American Outlaw chapters, from Dallas, Fort Worth, to Austin, to Houston, San Antonio, El Paso. They're all over the country. Tell us more about the national American Outlaw movement.
So the national groups, I mean, we're looking at, I want to say we're almost over 130, maybe close to 150 chapters.
From east to west.
Yeah, they're all over. I mean, you even have chapters internationally. There's one in Mexico City, there's one in London. I want to say there's even one that I had seen some rumblings about, possibly like in Germany somewhere.
Now, you've experienced that firsthand. I'll tell you about this much. Anytime you see a U.S. soccer match, I'm gonna tell you, if you see an AO San Antonio scarf, it's probably this guy and a couple other faithful that have gone. You've traveled all over the country, all over the world, supporting American Outlaws, repping AO San Antonio, correct?
Yeah, we have as of this September was, I want to say, over 55 caps going in, and that ranges from all over the US, Canada, Mexico.
You were just in London not too long ago, correct?
Well, we were just in, so we went to Spain and Germany for the 2 friendlies in September. So saw them play Saudi Arabia and saw them play Japan. So making it out there, and we wanted to go to Qatar, but unfortunately it just wasn't in the cards with tickets. I kept getting declined for ticket applications, but definitely glad that we're able to stay back home and be able to have these watch parties out here.
Now, what does it mean? And we're going to get into the venue. I'm sorry to cut you off, but we're going to get into this beautiful venue here, Smoke Skybar in downtown San Antonio. As you guys can see, there's a needle right there between us. You can see it, downtown, Alamo Dome, everything you need to know. Tell us about what it means for you for this chapter to be very present and alive. I've personally, with Soy San Antonio football, I did the Gold Cup throughout Texas, and I even went to the championship round out in Las Vegas, and people were like, hey, American Outlaws San Antonio, Soy San Antonio football. They recognize the city. What does it mean for you now as president of AO San Antonio to have that recognition nationally? One of the biggest memories, and I always have to go back to this, Mexico, USA, Alamo Dome, massive AO section being shouted out by ESPN. That must have been like what, 2012?
It was 2014.
2014.
It was, well, no, it was 2015 because 2014 was the last World Cup that we were in.
Okay.
So it was 2015, April 15th, 2015. First game here at the Dome.
And Josie Altador had scored that one, right?
No, actually. So you have one of your World Cup participants this year, Jordan Morris, made his first start.
That's right, yes.
Scored in his first cap, and then Juan Agudelo,
the Colombian American. That's right.
American scored the second goal.
That was his first goal for the U.S.
I believe.
National.
I don't believe it was his first goal because I think he scored in a friendly against South Africa.
Got you.
But it was definitely it was one of his earlier caps.
Got you. See, that's a history and how much they've been supporting, and that's why I ask these questions. So you know that I love authenticity and I love originality, and trust me, AO San Antonio is one of the original OGs in what is the American chapters of American Outlaws. It's one of the original ones, correct?
So we are chapter number 71.
Okay.
But it is one that, in traveling a lot more, so a lot of people recognize, us and recognize our scarves. So that's one of the big things is the scarves. So in seeing our scarves, you will definitely notice the yellow for the Yellow Rose of Texas stands out for us, and that's something that Renee brought in, and we're definitely going to continue that tradition and keeping that yellow because it's noticeable, and it's definitely one that stands out in the crowd. So and conversely, you can always see, and when you watch the show or watch the games, you can definitely spot that yellow scarves immediately in the crowd.
It really stands out. I remember going to Austin, a very small stadium, believe it or not. People think Q2 is a big old stadium. It really isn't.
It's actually one of the lowest.
It's one of the smallest,
newer stadiums for MLS.
And I remember seeing, and you guys are crowded up like this, like straight up. And I remember just seeing all AO San Antonio, and then that yellow, boom, the Yellow Rose. Everybody knew exactly. You guys are very unique.
Yellow sprouts, and that's why we, taking, speaking of the needle, I mean, we definitely wanted to make sure that we're continuing the San Antonio tradition. So we changed the logo. It now incorporates the needle and also the yellow in the scarves. That's now going to be incorporated in our logos. So it's definitely something that we wanted to make sure that we have San Antonio hallmarks that stay in our merchandise.
I love tradition, man, and I'm just so hyped to listen to and see what some of your new gear might look like. And I know you probably brought some here in a little bit, and we're going to show it off for you guys. But before we even get to do that, talk to our folks that are just like, yo, I want to be part of this. I want to come up and show up. Tell us about the viewing times. Now, from my understanding, you're going to be here till the USA loses in the World Cup, correct?
Correct. So we are going to be at Smoke. So for the first 3 group stages, we will be here at Smoke Bar. Every game is going to be at 1 p.m. Central Time. So definitely want to make sure that you come out a little bit earlier, get your spot. Their doors are going to open at 11. So, you definitely have enough time to come in, get some food, get some drinks. If you wanted to, get some merchandise from not only ourselves, maybe if you're interested in, joining the Crocketteers, which is our local supporters group for San Antonio FC, USL champions, by the way.
There you go, let's go.
But definitely you have time before the game to come out and do that. After the group stages, there may be a conflict with the first group stage because of the Rock and Roll Marathon.
That's right.
So, the streets may be blocked off for that weekend, but we do have a contingency plan, and that would involve still staying in the Smoke family But hopefully, if the U.S. wins, depending upon the day, we do have plans. But it'll still remain at Smoke, one of the locations.
Now, to get all that information, make sure you follow Soy San Antonio Football, and most importantly, follow AO San Antonio Instagram and Twitter. It's super simple. All you got to do is put AO San Antonio, and they're going to be the only ones that pop up. Very unique, very special. You cannot miss it. If you don't know what the needle looks like, well, welcome San Antonio. That's what the needle looks like. But I am excited. I'm going to probably do my best to be here at every game beginning Monday. Monday, 1 p.m.
Monday, right around the corner.
Right around the corner, and we're going to be coming here, enjoying it. Join us. Tons of cold beer. As you can see in the background, there is a bar right underneath that Skybar. Great food. Check out this video that I made for you guys to check out Smoke Skybar. Check it out, man. Smoke Skybar down here in San Antonio, Texas, the official watch party of American Outlaws and one of San Antonio's premier supporter groups, the Crocketteers. They both teamed up to bring this to you guys, available for everyone. I'm excited. I'm super stoked. The World Cup is here. It's been 8 years. Let's talk a little bit about American USA soccer. It's been insane. It's been incredible. It's been humiliating. It's been embarrassing. And then all of a sudden, these youngsters that just came out of nowhere, with the exception of Pulisic, you got Musa, you got Gio, you got Doug, I mean, you got Turner, you have all these brand new cats coming in, Reina coming in, and then all of a sudden they beat Mexico 4 times in a row, and qualified to go to the World Cup. It's been a minute, man. Talk to me about from the last time they were there to the time they are now.
So it's definitely been a transition. I mean, obviously we had, with that last qualifying round, I mean, Pulisic was a baby. I mean, I think he barely was like, he was like 17, 15, maybe just 16, turned 18.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you definitely had a transition with the group back then. I mean, because we went from, you know, Bradley, you know, Dempsey, you know, Donovan up to a point.
Gooch.
I mean, Gooch. And even, you know, you still had
our keeper,
and Tim Howard.
Timmy,
so,
you know,
I mean, it's
it's
a whole new group. I mean, I think they only. It's weird to say that, you know, you have from the last World Cup that we have, I think there's only one person that's still on the roster.
It's incredible,
and that's because then he was a baby. So DeAndre Edlin was so young in 2014, but now he's, even to his standard, he says he's weird being the old guy now.
Yeah, DeAndre and Morris.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting time with the new roster and the new batch of new generation that's coming in. We definitely have way more talent coming down the pipeline. So much that, I mean, for us, it's weird to say now in 2022 that we're debating on what guys were left off and shouldn't have been left off.
Yeah.
You know,
before it was like that's
before
it.
It was
that's it. That's how we got.
We were filling out rosters.
I mean, Pepe, one of the biggest names that was left out of the World Cup roster, which I think Greg Berhalter absolutely fouled up on. I mean, the guy won the hearts and minds of the American people, made the American nation believe once again,
and is in good form.
And is in great form in Europe. And there's no reason why Berhalter decided to leave him off the roster. That's the biggest name that comes to mind right now. Ricardo Pepi, you know, El Paso, FC Dallas, you know, the guy's a Texas boy. So yeah, I want my Texas folks to be coming out repping hard. The last time we had a Texas guy was Clint Dempsey, who was crushing it everywhere, you know, and he became the legendary Deuce, you know. But this roster seems to me to be something that nobody in the world has seen.
Right.
I think they got Wales, they have England, and they have Saudi Arabia.
Iran.
I mean, I'm sorry, Iran. They have Wales, England, and Iran. And I was talking, I remember going to Austin for LAFC and Austin before they met in the Conference Western Finals. I was able to be downstairs and I was able to ask him, you know, a question. I wasn't able to get on air, but I told him, I said, what do you think about the U.S. men's in the first round? He said, I'm going to be vigilant. I don't know how they play, but I'm going to be very vigilant. So what do you think this team brings to the World Cup and to these veteran players that have playing, you know, 2 or 3 World Cups now?
I think because we have such a youthful team, and I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, we are the youngest team.
We are, absolutely.
In the field. The team is so young, I don't think they're going to go in with much pressure.
No.
And, you know, in gaining that experience of getting those games in, it's only going to be helpful moving forward, especially building on, you know, hopefully we have a good showing in this particular World Cup, and then we just build on that moving forward to where we have it in 2026.
Yeah.
And the core of our group will still be in their prime.
Yeah.
You're talking
24,
20, between the ages of 25 to 28.
Yeah.
Majority of them will be in. So it's just a building block. I honestly do think that we do have a chance to advance out of the group. Potentially dark horse and maybe win the group, but advance out. And once you're in the knockouts, I mean, you know, Timmy Howard shows that anybody can have a great game at any point. Anything can happen in the World Cup.
You know, that's not even far-fetched of a bold statement. I think speaking to other journalists, they've even said to me, possibility these guys could win the group. I mean, one of the biggest things that comes to mind to me is South Africa. I mean, it's a completely different team, but everybody counted that team completely out. I mean, they had Algeria, they had England, they had, can't remember who the other one was.
It was Slovenia.
Yeah, Slovenia, who was doing really good.
Yeah.
And then you had the Americans that said, no chance these guys get out of here. And what they do? They ended up winning the group.
Yeah.
They ended up winning the group, ended up tying England and beating everybody else.
Yep.
So, I mean, incredible. You never know what to get with these Yanks, as they're known across the pond and on the other side of the old world. But I agree with you 100%. They are the dark horse of this group, and it's a team to reckon with. I'm excited to watch them on Monday.
And there's gonna be a lot of different factors involved too, because you have such a condensed season this year.
Yes.
You know, a lot of teams are going to be playing new guys every game just to make sure that everybody stays fresh. So, I mean, there's a lot of you know, and I think our core group has a lot of cohesiveness, that they've played a lot of games, not just in the national team, but a lot of them have played, you know, in the youth teams growing up.
Yeah,
I mean, you have a lot of experience with them. So yes, they don't have a lot of experience in this stage, but playing with each other, they do have a lot of experience. So I think that's going to only benefit the U.S. in situations like this.
Now, as a U.S. national men's and women's supporter, what has been the biggest factor? European training or Major League Soccer-based improvement of training?
I think it's a little bit of both. So I think if you look at, you know, as MLS has improved, so has our national team.
Absolutely, for sure.
And it's also a byproduct of, not only are they getting more, our younger kids are getting more reps, they're getting more exposure, they're getting more opportunity to play, but also getting the opportunity to make that move and springboard overseas.
Gotcha, that's a good point.
But also, it also benefits that the league itself has had more impact with bringing in outside talent. You know, a lot of the South American guys are coming into MLS, so it's making the competitiveness of the league a little bit higher. I mean, granted, we're still not, you know, one of the top 5 leagues in the world, but it's quickly approaching that. It's going to be a destination that people are looking to move. It's no longer a quote-unquote retirement league.
An old man's league.
You have a lot of a young talent that it's coming through the MLS ranks and then moving over. I think you add that with the game itself has grown in the country over the last, you know, couple decades.
Yeah.
And it's just benefiting now for the U.S. that we're getting more exposure. We're getting more kids out there and active and wanting to play the game, and that's just going to broaden our talent pool moving forward.
I agree 100% with that statement. I honestly think there's still a lot of work to do. I don't like the NCAA system. I think it takes away from our development. If we can just get rid of that, in my opinion, you know me here at Soy San Antonio Football, I say it al grano, to the point, because I honestly think we would be further in U.S. soccer glory and American international glory if we didn't have NCAA to deter us from the development and actually have a true system. Because I think you've been to Europe and you've seen how they do it.
Yes.
They don't dwell in college, university levels. They straight go into training and academy.
I mean, you have kids that have been playing. For example, I mean, one of our own. I mean, Serginho Dest has been playing in the Ajax Academy when he was roughly 13, 14,
yeah, 12, 13,
coming up through the ranks. I mean, and that's pretty much the norm overseas, whereas for us we have that kind of a little bit backwards mentality in that it's we have to go through school, go through high school,
go to
college,
a combine, get drafted. I get it, I understand it, but that's a whole different podcast for a whole different day. But listen, I'm gonna show you some of this merchandise right now. Let's show them this t-shirt right here, Rob. Look at this thing. It is absolutely gorgeous. The needle with the yellow rose, established 0971, folks. Guys, not only that, but look at these right here. Check these out, these magnets. I love this little pin right there. It's definitely gonna go on my camera bag. And the koozie, I should have put it on my Lone Star. Oh, and it's double-sided. Oh, it's double-sided. So you know how they just, sometimes they give you one picture in the front? Well, nah, big dog, you get two of them. Rob, tell our folks how to get this stuff, man. It's super dope, man. I like this.
So, Benji's the first guy to actually buy merchandise.
Hey, yeah, absolutely.
We're definitely going to have them at each of the watch parties. So coming Monday, we will have a merchandise table available. So you want to come out, get some of the merchandise. Definitely going to have that available for the watch parties.
Dude, these are nice.
Anything after that, we'll definitely be open. If we have any extras available, you can reach out to us on social media. We can definitely, look at meeting up locally or even shipping it if you guys are outside of San Antonio. And then moving forward, we are also going to be looking at getting some new chapter scarves. So starting in 2023, we are looking at doing something like that. There's also a couple of projects we're looking at statewide to possibly bringing in some Texas American Outlaws merchandise.
Oh man, so I like that. I like the sound of that.
We're looking at. We're bringing that up now with the other chapters since we just came into the leadership now and trying to make that happen because it's been a minute. I mean,
sure.
This
a long time ago, man.
There's more, Texas chapters now. There was another scarf that followed up after that. But outside of those two chapter Texas scarves,
there it is. I found it.
Yeah, I mean, outside of those two chapter Texas scarves, there hasn't been any Texas white merchandise since then.
Man, now it's time for an update. You guys are doing an absolute amazing job. I think it's going to be a great, glorious next 4 years. Now remember, it's not over in Qatar, because after Qatar, guess where they're coming?
Nope.
They're coming straight to the United States of America, and you're not going to want to miss out, because if you want to go to these World Cup games, trust me, American Outlaws San Antonio is going to have the hookup and the information for you for all the upcoming World Cups coming in, especially 2026 here in the United States, Mexico, and Canada. But for right now, the boys are headed across the pond, across the desert, into the Bay of Aqaba, in Arab country down there in Qatar, and going to show the world what they really are made of. Are they a fluke? Are they the real deal? What can we say? We don't know, but excited for Monday. I'm going to be there. Crocketteers are going to be here. They're going to be here banging drums, popping smoke, the whole works. Folks, we will be seeing you here at Smoke Skybar. Any last words for those that want to, and how to join before they come in here Monday? How do we get them to join?
So, I mean, it's open to anybody. I mean, obviously, we would love for you guys to join and become members of AO San Antonio. But again, it's come out. It's free to anybody, free to all ages. Pets are welcome. Pet friendly out here. But if you wanted to join, I mean, you can actually go to our social media sites, and there's links on there for signing up. If not, you can just go to theamericanoutlaws.com. There's a sign up link there. When you sign up, it is roughly a $30 membership, annual membership that renews every year, but you do get You get a little merchandise package. Typically it comes with the shirt. Some years it has come with a bandana and some stickers and stuff, but for this 2022 it was a shirt, a patch, an actual keychain. Really? Yeah, it's an actual keychain that you have. I don't have it on this keys right now, but it's definitely something you'll get a small packet, and every $5 of your $30 membership goes to your local chapter. So when you sign up, you actually go in there and you are given the option to choose a chapter. So whether it's San Antonio, or if you have a hometown, you're a transplant, you're living here in San Antonio, maybe you're from Jackson, Mississippi, or Atlanta, Georgia, and you want to represent
your hometown.
Man. It's definitely something you can do that as well. You just select it and go on from there.
And what would be cooler if you live here in San Antonio, join the American Outlaw chapters from a different city and show off the scarf down here from Boston, New York, Fort Worth. It's awesome, man. It's a big old family. I will tell you this, I am a member. I signed up, I repaid my dues, and I'm not going anywhere, man, because I'm excited. Robert, thank you so much for being here on Soy San Antonio Football. Follow more information here. I'm going to be posting it underneath the links here on YouTube. If you look down there, you're going to find it. Our American Outlaws San Antonio and all their social medias. I'm excited to be here. Smoke Skybar starting Monday, 1 p.m. We'll be seeing you for Soy Seth and American Outlaws. Benjamin Mendoza.
Robert Garcia.